Hey guys, aka the Eddie on Cars. Okay, so today we're going to go and check out the car. This is our fourth visit to Talk Development and we're in the final stretch. The block is getting bolted back together, so it should be cool. Let's check it out. Okay, so quick change of plan. We're stopping off at GCS Coachworks to pick up the rocker cover that Neil has done for me. So here we are. Be back in a sec. Right, so we've got the rocker cover. It's looking pretty swish. So now we're going over to TDI. Come with me.
Okay, so one of the things we were having problems with is getting the Uniclutch to balance. So we sent it off for machining to get some dowels installed. Here you can see us testing the spacing as it's moving around. As you can see, it's practically bang on to the micron, which means it's perfectly center. So after all of this, we still had 30 grams out of balance, which is quite a lot. So to solve it, we had to remove some material in certain places, and in other places, we had to add tungsten pucks to the mounting ring. And here we can see TDI are just spinning up the entire assembly to try and get it to an even balance as well. I guess the thing that concerns me is there's probably a lot of people that are just taking these Uniclutches and just whacking them on without balancing them, and I can't imagine they're balancing anywhere equal. And here's our final results of 1 gram, and this is what we're going to have to do to stop further errors.
Okay, so you join me from the engine room, Talk Developments, and here we have all the parts set out, ready to go. Okay, so let me talk you through what we've got here. So here are Wasner pistons and rods. As you can see, the guys have mated the two together currently. We've got the bearings sitting just behind it. So these are ready to go into our block, or soon will be. And here is the block. So you might remember the things that we have had done to this. We've wedged the blocks. So these wedges here were put in by R&D Motorsport. So get a little look there. We've also had the bores increased in size slightly. So standard, these ran an 86mm piston. They're now running an 87mm pistons. So, and we've had all the crank balanced down there. So you can see the crank, which is pretty cool. So the other thing that we've been doing is doing head work.
Side-eyeing there because the guys need to come in and use the shop. So yes, what we did, because one of you guys kindly donated a stock head, is we went pretty extreme on the porting. So we'd probably increase the size of the ports by about 10 to 15%. And then we can see you've also had the valve seated. Here is the stock on the left and the ported one on the right, which is quite a sizable amount of increase there as well. Here's the porting from sort of the top down. So we're hoping that this will really help for turbo lag as well as general efficiency. So we actually had to replace the valves because they were pitted with new ones. Here you can see us mounting up the cams. Now we did actually have to take some material off the head at high speed. And here we're checking the tolerances on the valve springs. And there you can see a little bit more of the material we had to take off the head for the cams.
So here's our sawn-in-half head. So you can see on the right-hand side, we've got the exhaust port. This one had actually already been ported a little bit, just as an experiment, but the bottom bit hadn't. But you can also see that the inlets here were really quite small as well. So we have ported the inlets as well. I'm taking this home for me when this is done. This is going on the wall. So the other thing that we've got here is we've got all of our head components laid out. So you might remember we've got things like our Piper valve springs. We have the Crescent cams. We actually have R&D pulleys. They're not here at the moment, but they will be. And we've just got generally everything else up here as well. And these are our R&D 1000cc injectors, which are going to be really nice because they mate to the fuel rail completely stock. All the connectors, which is great. So the other thing that we've got over here that we've been working on is, so thermal insulation has been a big thing for me. So the other thing that we've done is we've had additional thermal insulation put on the exhaust manifold, the exhaust turbo hot side as well as the wastegate. So we just got these back from a business whose name I will link above here as well. Done a really nice job. Now, the only thing I will say is these things are really now quite heavy, so this should really help us keep temperatures down in the engine bay. We're also going to get the downpipe done in this, but not right now, so we're probably going to start with just wrapping that with heat resistant tape, albeit that's not perfect because if oil or petrochemicals get on that, it can combust. It was a bit of an investment. Let's see how well it works. I'm really interested to see what it does with temps.
Okay, then just a couple of smaller bits. Got a pipe across panel filter, as we're going to keep the modified airbox, so it fits in quite nicely there. And here you can see us starting to, importantly, assemble the pistons and rods so we can start bolting up into the engine. So this is all happening as we speak. So being taught developments, everything's done properly, components are weighed, clearances are checked. Having ISO 9001 certification, things are done properly. You can see the crank getting ready to go in. This is the engine bay as it is at the moment, although that back cover is coming off. We had to get a metal head gasket made up because of the slight overhaul. So that's a metal one. And cool. Thanks for tuning in. More to come. Next video coming soon.